Konnichiwa, YouTube. Kore wa Step Ahead with Ernie Rivera desu. Watashi wa Ernie Rivera. Dozo yoroshiku. So, let's talk about Japan. To say I grew up loving Japanese culture is a drastic understatement, let me tell you. I was in love with so many things with Japan. I still am. Their media, their food, their system of storytelling. It's just amazing. It's beautiful. Their music is beautiful. I'm really in love with it. I've always wanted to go, and I never did for the longest time. And I finally went a few years ago. Here's my story as to how I was able to go in the first place, why I chose to go when I did, and how you can do it as well. So, as I said, it was a few years ago, and I was talking to my uncle about my Japanese trip that I hadn't taken yet, and I was telling him, "Boy, I'd sure like to go to Tokyo, Japan. Like it looks amazing. It seems like it'd be the funnest time, and I'm gonna go there soon." And he flat out told me, I think he was just sick of hearing me talk, but he said, "You've been saying that for years. Now, are you ever gonna go, or are you just gonna talk about it all the time?" And just like a switch went off in me. I'm like, man, he's right. All I'm ever going to do is talk about going. I need to go. So, how do I go? Okay. Well, here's the thing. I had a super low budget. I'm going to tell you a couple of the tricks I used and a couple of things that made it a little bit easier. Um, First off, I started looking at the price of the tickets, and when I went, the price of the tickets were not that bad for being halfway around the world. They were about 500 or so dollars, and maybe a little more. They were, probably like running 600, let's say, with taxes, with luggage, with etc. So $600, and I definitely knew I wanted to go to Tokyo, Japan. I started researching hotels, and I saw that they were hundreds of dollars a night for pretty much any hotel in Tokyo. So what was I to do, knowing I basically had no money? I mean, I had a few hundred saved up, and then I had money for bills or whatever, but that was about it. Well, luckily for me, I was rocking some pretty good credit, and that let me get one of these new travel credit cards with rewards. I think it was a Chase Bank Sapphire card, something along those lines, and they had an offer for if you spend it was like $2,000 or $3,000 in the first 3 months, then they'll refund you $500 cash, or up to like 750 for travel. That was the offer at the time. So now all I had to do is come up with a way to spend $3,000. Well, here's the thing. I went with a couple of people to Japan. I'm not gonna give names because not everyone is as comfortable in front of the camera as I am. But I went with some people I know, and they were letting me put the tickets, the price of the tickets, on my credit card, and they were going to pay me back in cash. So I put them on my credit card. I paid for all the travel. Um, so that was 600 here, 600 there, 600 there, and after it was all done on my card, they paid me back in cash. I still had some money to make up. So we also talked about accommodations. Now, as I said, the rooms in Tokyo, Japan, the hotel rooms are very expensive. So what was I able to do? I I ended up looking up Airbnbs. I looked up for any way for cheap accommodations. And here's the thing, it was cheap, but it was nice. It was a nice, modest hotel, or not hotel, excuse me, apartment style room that fit three people, um, in beautiful surroundings. We were we were in Shinjuku, and for those of you who don't know the area, Shinjuku is kind of the more noisy district in Tokyo, Japan. They have a lot of games and bars and fun stuff to do. But we were in a quiet little secluded part of Shinjuku. The thing is, we were about a 5 minute walk from the subway, and from the subway we can get literally anywhere in the city, and that was so amazing. Like I said, we were in this beautiful little secluded area, you know, a nice apartment style accommodations, and we were able to just walk 5 minutes through a little shopping area, get to the subway, and then from there we were able to go anywhere. Um, Let me tell you real quick, because I have told you about our accommodations, but I haven't told you about the tickets. I was looking up cheap airfare, and mm, here's where I have my regrets, because we were able to get two of the tickets together. One of the tickets was on a different flight, just because we bought the third ticket at a different time, and we weren't able to get all three on the same flight. We were able to get them all going at pretty much the same day, same time, but we were on different flights, one of us. So they had an amazing flight. They went from LA to, like, it was like San Francisco, and from like San Francisco they went straight there. Um, so they had a not too bad flight. Our flight was a little more complicated because we were traveling. I'm not going to say the name of the airline, but I will say that we made a 1 day layover in was it Beijing? I think Beijing, China. We made a 1 day layover, and you know, it, it's just some stuff that's going on right now between our countries. It was not the greatest of experiences. Are just the way we were treated, but I will say that since we were there for 24 hours, and you can do this through a special 72-hour visa that they offer in China. If you're making a stop somewhere else, they can give you a free, or not a free. Yeah, well, they give you a 72-hour visa. So that's good. We were only there for 24 hours, and I did hire an English-speaking service to take us straight to the Great Wall. So we were able to go to the Great Wall, take some great pictures, and it was really fun times. It was just more like the airport security. They were not treating us great in Beijing, but that's neither here nor there. So what's it called? So yeah, so we went to Tokyo. We went to Tokyo. We got the cheap airfare. We got an Airbnb that was really affordable price, and from there we did absolutely everything and anything. We went to the Tokyo Tower. We went to the Sky Tree. We went to Disney Sea. Now let me tell you about Disney Sea. For those of you who are not familiar, they have Tokyo Disney, which is amazing, but then they have Disney Sea, which is kind of like their California Adventure. It's like a different area. They get a lot less guests, so you get to go on a lot more rides, which is really amazing. The whole theme park is nautical, and they have like an Aladdin's Bazaar. They have a Little Mermaid grotto. They have 10,000 Leagues Under the Sea. They have really, it was just amazing. It was the funnest time. It was so great. Um, we were able to go to an onsen theme park, and for those of you who know, an onsen is like a bathhouse. It's kind of like what's it called, a spa. So we went to this spa where we got to wear traditional yukata, which are they're like kimonos, but they're cotton. They're more like for every day. And so we were going around this place, and they put a wristband on you where they keep track of all your information. So when you're in there, because you're only in your yukata robe, you don't have your wallet or other stuff on you. Whenever you want something, whenever you want food, whenever you want a massage, whenever you want anything in the place, you just let them, you know, scan your bracelet, and it keeps track of absolutely everything. It was really cool. I had not seen anything like that before. Um, we had gone to bars. We had when I was in this little bar in Shinjuku, um, I started talking to people in Japanese. I speak a little bit, enough to get by, and I came across this guy who apparently he went to school in LA at Musicians Institute, which was down the street from where I went to school. So that was really cool. You know, we were talking up a storm. We were all having the best time. Um, Now here's the thing, guys. I can go on and on and on talking all day about how amazing Japan was, and it is amazing. But it's not just about Japan. It's about if you want to go to France or Britain or anywhere else in the world. Um, when is the best time? And the best time is now, because you're always going to have some sort of an excuse. You're always going to have work or obligations or something, but the fact is, you're going to keep postponing these dreams years, and you're going to wake up one day and realize you never did it, and it's just going to be heartbreaking. So I'm telling you, figure out where you want to go. Just figure it out in your heart, and then do some real honest homework. You look online. You figure out the best way you can get there. You figure out some Airbnb so that you can get there so you can stay there on the cheap. You do some of these credit card deals so that always pay them back. Always pay them back. But you do some of these credit card deals so that they can give you 750 in travel rewards. You know, where there is a will, there is a way. I am telling you, I am begging you, please see the world. It is so exciting. You're absolutely gonna love it, and I'm I'm just imploring you, man. See that world. It's so much to see, and it's so beautiful. Uh, I'm gonna share a couple quick pictures with you. Then I will see you all later. Take care. Bye.